Hello, Need for Speed fans in Israel. Enjoy the movie, and don't forget to drive home safe. We're about to drive really, really, really fast. You should jump in here for a ride on one of these takes. What's so great about this film is it's not just I mean, it's definitely a car movie, but it's a throwback to like the 70s classic car culture.
I think the world is thriving for another car movie, like a true car movie, a Bullet, a French Connection, a Ronin, a Grand Prix, like a real car movie.
It's about the cars. It's what people want to see. The cars are just as important as the people.
When I met with Scott Waugh, our director, he gave me this amazing pitch where, you know, it's a throwback to like the Steve McQueen era. And that got me really excited. That's what first intrigued me about the story. And then he kind of just, you know, dived deeper into how he was going to tell the story in a different way.
We always see these cars and we go, man, I wish I could just drive that fast. I want to just open it up. And movies allow us to, you know, open it up. And I know what we really strive for in the film was the chance to open it up.
For Speed started out as a best-selling video game by Electronic Arts. EA decided that it was time to see about turning it into a movie, and George Gatins came on board and wrote the script, brought the script into DreamWorks Studios, and DreamWorks decided to back it.
They had done a wonderful job in finding a story that could either live in the slipstream of the Need for Speed video game franchise and at the same time live totally outside of that as a real legitimate story.
The film's really about a team of guys that are, you know, represented by Marshall Motors, and they go through a travesty in the group.
Aaron's character, Toby Marshall, goes to jail for being wrongly accused of murder, and he gets out, and there's only one thing on his mind, and that's revenge. The crew comes to his aid, and we support him, and we all get behind him, and it's really just this race against time to get from point A to point B.
They have to drive from New York to San Francisco in 48 hours.
And there's so much that goes on in between point A and point B.
Yeah, I hear you, honey. I hear you. Two of you out there flying across the country at killer speeds to prove something while you're tearing up the American asphalt. Born to run, baby. Born to run. Wow. The race before the race. I love it.
I think Hollywood's learned a lot about video games, and the most important thing that they've learned is you don't tell a movie about a video game. You make a movie because you want to tell a story about a person, about a character.
And we really wanted to find that character and then find that actor, and we struggled for many months. That's why when I saw Aaron Paul, I was just like, there's this guy. There's the young Steve McQueen, like he's that guy.
For one thing, he has this focused intensity that was perfect for this character of Toby. He just has a remarkable screen presence, and you know, it's difficult to find. There's a lot of great actors and actresses, but it's very, very hard to find, you know, people who have a natural ability to, without saying a word of dialogue, just by existing inside a frame, that they can convey so much. And Aaron's got that mojo.
How you doing? Toby Marshall is a hardworking guy struggling to kind of keep his business afloat, and he lives and breathes cars.
Toby Marshall is this blue-collar kid that comes from a family that owned Marshall Motors.
You know, his dad started this shop, and now he he holds the reins on keeping the shop alive.
And his band of friends all work at the shop now and are really there to support the shop, but also to support their racing habits. They get tied into Dino, and he gives them a business proposition to help them with the shop.
You know, I've seen 100 custom racing shops since I left this town. I still haven't seen work as good as yours.
That's these guys, not me.
I have a very special car that needs to be finished.
What kind of car are we talking about?
Ford Mustang.
A Mustang.
Ooh. It's the one Ford and Carol Shelby were building when Carol died.
How'd you get it?
Mr. Shelby and my uncle, they were close. You finished building my Mustang like you rebuilt that Gran Torino. I'll give you a quarter what we get for the car.
A quarter?
Car's worth $2 million, minimum. That's $500,000 in your pocket.
Dino is a troubled soul who has been given every opportunity in life, comes from a very, very privileged background in opposition to Toby, Aaron Paul's character, who is just very specialised and professional at what he does and is just a good driver, was just instinctively a good driver. And I think that's something that Dino probably always has been envious of.
You think you're a better driver than me?
Everyone knows he's a better driver.
He's truly the pinnacle of somebody that will go beyond his morality and integrity. And, you know, Dominic Cooper definitely harnesses that.
I played Julia, who knows a lot about cars. That's something that Toby doesn't necessarily understand at the beginning of the film.
Wait. You're not going anywhere.
You need a right Caesar. And Ingram is not going to leave this car in the hands of an ex-con who is about to leave the state and break parole. 44 hours and 59 minutes left. Let's go. I think he's very keen on maintaining this, it's referred to as strong and silent, this position in the film, and he wants to keep their dynamic very separate. But of course, they're stuck together in this very claustrophobic environment in the car for a very long time across America.
Hey, you think you could drive for a few hours? Yeah, let's switch. It's all right. Okay, just steady. There you go. All right, don't kill us. That's nice. You got her?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Good.
I was more intrigued by her talent than her beauty. And that was really important to me. And I really felt like, you know, her chemistry with Aaron was going to be great.
She's just hilarious. She's just a wild child, and we love her. And so, yeah, anytime you get the opportunity to jump in a car with Imogen Poots, you take it.
Beauty! Congrats on the wild card to the rodeo, my friend. Your route is clear to the Nebraska border. Darkness is upon us, so the eyes in the sky will be shut for a while.
Just kind of like knew the energy that I wanted Benny to have. He's in the Army Reserves, and he's also one of the members of Toby's crew at Marshall Motors. He details cars. And I definitely wanted him to switch gears when he needed to. I didn't want him to be like this goofy knucklehead the whole time. You know, I definitely wanted him to have his moments and pick them wisely.
What's your 20, liar one?
Right happening, you bitch! Special delivery. Hope you ladies didn't soil your panties down there.
Hate it when he does that.
That's what I thought. Keep talking that.
Nice to see you haven't changed, Nimrod.
Okay, listen, I don't know who Nimrod is, but I'm pretty sure he lived in the 50s, all right? My handle is Maverick. You better ask somebody.
Well, Scott came in with an idea and a vision to do Need for Speed without a lot of CGI. You know, because it's very easy today to do cars and explosions and crashes and things, you know, all in the computer. Scott wanted to do as much as he practically could do that was safe.
For myself, authenticity is all about realism and doing everything in camera. And the wrecks that you're gonna see and the speeds that we travel, it's all in camera. The theatrical experience is supposed to be a place you go and escape. But I also think it's a place that we go to identify with. And for myself, I really like to go back to realism and really not have any CG in my films.
He wanted to do it real time. You know, when he watched his dailies, he wanted to see the daily. He wanted to see what he got, what's going to be in the movie, what's going to make the movie. And and so for me, that's a challenge also, because so many people embrace the CG world and it becomes like, it's easy. You maybe build a little green box and a little of this and a little of that, and the next thing you know, you have this whole synthetic environment that means nothing.
A lot of action films now are done with the help of CGI and green screen, and they're fantastic, but they're ludicrous in terms of what the actors are doing and the scenarios they're in, whereas all of this is very authentic, and they really train to be able to do it in the moment.
If we were doing these shots in front of a green screen and talking about a certain car that wasn't there, or looking at a huge crash that didn't take place, and if we weren't in the situation of driving a car at 100 and something within a race, even though we've got the camera here, we're still fully focused on what we have to do.
And it's scary, but these guys they really are daredevils, and they're very, very fearless. So it was really cool to be part of a project where I think they're trying to bring that back again.
Yeah, of course we can pretend to be doing that if we're on the back of a truck, or if we've got a green screen doing something, and we know that a good effect's going to be put on afterwards. But you'll never get that sensation. I mean, I'm terrified a lot of the time.
You can do anything with CGI, and especially coming from a video game company, you would think they'd be completely used to artificially making the stunts happen. But thankfully, working with Scott, it's not like that. He tries to get everything for real. He tries to get the smoke from the tires even for real. And that's so gratifying as a driver.
It's unique, and I know it's rare in the movie business when you book a film and you get involved with the cast and everybody's getting along. And I just feel so lucky to be around such a great group of guys and young ladies.
All of us guys spend time together off-set once we got here, and we'll go out together or, hang out at the hotel. And it's just that, you got to have that gel between all the guys, otherwise it doesn't work.
They really became the Marshall Motors band. They did everything together.
I actually met Aaron at a party, and I approached him. It was a couple days after I got the part. And I approached him, I was like, hey, I'm Benny. He was like, oh, man. And then that was the first time we met. So we had some time to kind of, get familiar with one another.
It's fun when you get a good group of guys together and we all get along, and you can, you sense the chemistry without spending a lot of time. It's got to feel like we've known each other probably since childhood growing up, and we've had to recreate that feeling, that vibe, that energy, that we can say anything to each other. We don't get hurt, we're not sensitive, but that there's this real camaraderie between each other. So luckily we do all get along. We hung out, we went out a couple nights, went to, to eat together and have fun, and that kind of layered in some of the history, which was cool.
This is the bus, right?
What's that?
The bus! The bus! The bus!
Go 2 now. Looks like a scene out of Speed down there. Hard left and 3, Keanu.
Oh, you mean that bus.
Just so you know, your friend Benny sucks.
Hard left and 1. My man! You got some skills, boy. You know you bad.
This is, it's an action movie, and we want our actors to drive. Scotty's goal was to really put the actors behind the wheel in as many opportunities as he can.
Before we started shooting, I did a 3-day stunt, just crash course. Really, they're trying to teach me how to get out of problematic situations. It's not necessarily trying to drive as fast as possible. It's just really learning how to, drift around a corner, or doing a reverse 180, or if I'm flying at, a bunch of cameramen, and just learning how to stop properly to make me not slide into them. But make it look cool doing so.
traveling at speeds of 100 and something, where there are 3 cars in a row, and you're inches from the car in front and inches from the car that's behind. So specificity is important to not get anything wrong, and to feel like you know how to deal with a car with that much power. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're so quick.
Scott's definitely pushing us to, everybody. I think we've all done some pretty cool stunts on our own, which I'm sure, Aaron, myself, and Rami, and even Benny. I mean, Benny's, Scott's actually flying a Cessna. I was completely surprised at that. I didn't think they would ever have him up there actually flying the plane. He's flying the plane, he was freaking out, and he did it.
I can't say before this film I thought about getting in a Cessna, because I didn't. You know what I mean? I've been in some small planes before, but this was different for me. And we went up for like 30 minutes before lunch, took lunch, and then shot it for real after lunch. There was really no time to really, be too scared about it. We just went right in.
I mean, people are overcoming fears, they're doing stuff they've never done, but we all feel really safe about it. If you don't feel cool, you let Scott know, say no problem, but for the most part, we've all been crushing it.
It was all right. It wasn't as nerve-wracking as I thought. First time out was intense, but after that, I got a hang of it, and now I'm kind of a pro.
Larry, is that you?
Hook up! Hook up!
Sergeant Jackson, this is not what we discussed.
Sir, will you relax? Okay? I got this. You gotta tell me you believe I can fly an Apache helicopter, man.
What?
I'm serious, bro. You always try to play me. Tell me you believe I can fly an Apache helicopter.
Tell him whatever he wants! Yeah, you can fly an Apache helicopter!
And my handle is Maverick. Gotta call me Maverick. Let me hear it.
Maverick! Maverick! Maverick!
Was that so bad?
In any movie that features cars, like landscapes are such a big part of it. So we wanted to capture what upstate New York was like, and we wanted the movie to have this rally feel to it that had an intensity and an adrenaline that kind of takes you on this ride where we get to see all of these beautiful cars on all these American landscapes.
Never have I done anything where we would travel so much in such a short space of time around one country, and its diversity of the landscape in this country always blows me away. The fact that you're in a desert one moment and then skiing down a mountain the next. But we've been to some beautiful, beautiful places that I didn't really know existed.
Oh, wait. See, they're trying to trap us. Here, just stripped onto the shoulder.
No, I'm going for the Hummer. He's a pavement prowler.
Pavement what?
It's a show car with a big lift kit. Makes up for his inferiority complex.
Are you crazy? Wait, whoa! Jesus! You are crazy!
It's not just a flashy car movie. I mean, it does have that element to it, but it has an incredible, interesting story behind it.
I think the spirit of this movie really lends to one line in the movie: you always go back. It's a morality and integrity thing that's involved in our culture that is applicable to every aspect of life.
We've all seen our fair share of race car movies, but just the aesthetic and how Scott shot it, and it's crazy.
It's breathtaking because it's real.
It's quite exhilarating.
It's all happening, and it's terrifying, and it's fast, and it's exhilarating to see it really unfold on a camera.
I'm really proud of it. I'm proud to be a part of this project. I know people are going to love it, and I know this is going to go the distance. There's going to be more Need for Speeds. These characters, people are going to fall in love with them.
Racing is an art, but racing with passion, that's high art.
We'll settle this behind the wheel.